You are listening presently to an experimental form of protest. If you are using a stereo system with two speakers, you will hear this. If you are using a mono system with only one speaker, you will not. This is because the sounds that would usually be in one ear are canceling out with the sounds that would normally be in the other. By using a secret recording technique, I have made this experience possible for you. For stereo users, what you are hearing is being canceled out currently in the cognitive portion of your brain. You may notice some dissonance with the sensory portion of your brain, which is hearing sound. The cognitive portion, much like the ears of the mono user, is only hearing silence, with an instrumental backing, of course. The philosopher Alan W. Watts once said that all sound is actually sound silence. Our differentiation of sound from silence is the result of dualistic thinking. Ironically, it is the very dual nature of our brains that presently is making possible this demonstration of the contrary, that sound and silence always go together, and, to quote Jung, the yea and the nay are not so distant from one another. You can hear both sound and silence at the same time, and you can even hear the same track as both. As a Californian, I was deeply moved by legislation passed on the limits of what silence can do, as expressed distinctly as not being sound. As a Taoist, I can only yet again cite Jung. One-sidedness, though it lends momentum, is a sign of barbarism. It is said that one of the early warning signs of fascism is this sort of barbaric one-sidedness, accompanying the repression of artists and intellectuals. I can only hope that this aesthetic experiment, therefore, has given you a more cognitively and sensibly informed opinion. Sounds/silence. Well, if you think about it, most sound is sound silence, and silence, of all things, probably suffers most violence. Sri Ramana Maharshi could teach without a single word, but silence is not consent. It seems a bit absurd. The romantic ideal that I'd had, that seasoned lovers could communicate without words clustering their minds, seems an unrequited fate. But silence gets raped more than anyone I know with words. Nothingness is not a word of praise, and violence is done to that which is unheard. Nights are kept awake by dreams of days. Maybe I could tolerate you if I understand that only in words I hate you. But in silence I cannot equate you with the words that crowd my mind. But when I hear people speaking of silence like it's equated with violence and rape, I think that they know nothing of the kind. Thank you very much.